the headlines. China warns the US it will bear the consequences if House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visits Taiwan. Presidents Xi and Biden are due to speak later. The United States says it has offered Russia a deal aimed at freeing the American basketballer Brittany Griner. Trying to avert a global food crisis, the first ships carrying crucial grain supplies prepare to leave ports in Ukraine. He's credited with inspiring the global green movement. Tributes are paid to environmentalist James Lovelock, who's died aged 103. The World Health Organization is advising men who have sex with other men to reduce their number of partners in order to limit the spread of the monkeypox virus. 98% of monkeypox cases are in men who have sex with men. 18,000 have been reported in 78 countries, mostly in Europe. There have been 5 deaths.
This is an outbreak that can be stopped if countries, communities, and individuals inform themselves, take the risks seriously, and take the steps needed to stop transmission and protect vulnerable groups. The best way to do that is to reduce the risk of exposure. That means making safe choices for yourself and others.
Parts of Wuhan, the Chinese city where the initial COVID cases were recorded, have been placed under lockdown for the first time since the pandemic began. 1 million people have been ordered not to leave their homes for 3 days. Police fired tear gas and used water cannon as hundreds of protesters breached a high-security zone in Baghdad and broke into Iraq's parliament building. Supporters of the powerful cleric Muqtada al-Sadr demonstrated against the nomination of a rival candidate for Prime Minister. Current Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi called on protesters to leave the green zone. The parent company of Facebook and Instagram has been hit by a fall in advertising sales, causing the first year-on-year revenue decline in the firm's history. Meta says revenue in the second quarter has declined by 1%. Rivals such as TikTok have eroded its popularity, while more companies are competing for ad spending. I'll have more on this in Asia Business Report in about 20 minutes. Final preparations are underway for the 2022 Commonwealth Games held this year in the English city of Birmingham. Over 11 days, more than 5,000 athletes from 72 nations and territories will compete across 19 different sports. This year's event is historic for a number of reasons. They'll feature the largest number of events for women and para-sport athletes. It's the first multi-sport event to award more medals to women than men, and it's the first major multi-sport event that's carbon neutral. Well, the opening ceremony is expected to play out to a stadium audience of 30,000 people. It'll celebrate the Games and propel Birmingham onto a global stage. Birmingham is the UK's second largest city by population. It saw massive growth during the Industrial Revolution and is now a hub for higher education, commerce and art.